my lady, my wife, keeps telling me, keeps flippin' telling me that she's proud of me, and I'm not even doing anything.
You're doing everything.
She says I'm doing everything, and I'm not even. It's wild. Aren't isn't that women are just amazing? That's the main reason. They'll do anything for their man. Including, by the way, I touched on this in a previous episode, a previous stream. But I want to clear a little something up. Because I got in an argument about how, whoa, what up, Chad? You're here. That's really great. I got in an argument. Thank you. I was over at Twitch and I was like, where the fuck is all the cool people? And then this guy came on Twitch and he started telling me about how he's gay. And he literally said, because I like it, he said, I like it up the butt. And I'm like, this is getting too weird. Now, that wasn't technically today, but the vibe is it's still a real gay vibe. And not that that's, again, we don't have to get into it, because I don't want to violate any hate speech rules. But, I don't hate anybody. I just think butts are gross. It's just like, you put it in a girl's butt, that's gross. It's too weird. There's stuff in there. Anyways, I touched on this previously, but I wanted to wait until May was here so I could say it to her face, and I just realized right now, there's no faces. That's never going to happen. I'll never say it to anybody's face. But I gotta admit, I was fully wrong about a whole thing I was saying when I was like, girls don't hit on guys. That was just wrong. I get it. I get that I was wrong, and maybe it was because I'm just jealous of the guys who get hit on by girls. Because that's never happened to me. I've never had that's just never happened.
I bought you a bong.
Yeah, my wife bought me a bong once, but that's not...
No, when we weren't even dating.
But sweetie, that's not hitting on.
That was hitting on. That was me. That was like a male equivalent to buying flowers.
Okay,
buying
no, I'm saying like approaching a man you don't know to propose a casual sexual encounter.
Okay, fair.
That's what I'm saying doesn't happen.
Alright.
All right, Chad, here's the knife. Here's that beautiful knife. Next to my duck and my pizza. Probably my 3 favorite tattoos are these 3 right here, because I didn't do any stencils. I was just like, let's get poking on these things. And it all worked out. But yeah, I had a whole argument with May about how women don't hit on guys. And because basically of what my wife is saying in the background, where, no, we have our version of hitting on. And I was like, well, yeah, but that's not hitting on. Girls never just approach guys and are like, hey, you're pretty hot. But the thing is, they actually do that sometimes. Now, that does make them a whore. And there's nothing wrong with being a whore, and a lot of guys are whores. And that's why they do the same thing, where they will approach a woman and say, hi, I'd like to have sex with you. It is very nice, Chad. Thanks to you. And I just want to say I'm sorry and that I was wrong, because I have thought about it multiple times when I'm in the middle of, when I'm on number 50 out of 100 push-ups, I'll start to think about my regrets and the things I've done wrong. And one of those is saying that women never hit on guys. And sometimes they do. They just do sometimes, and I'm just mad because it's never happened to me. I'm not hot enough or tall enough or rich enough looking for a woman to just approach me and say, hello, I'd like to have sex with you. And I know that does happen sometimes. Probably not to any scratchers, though. There are probably no men who give themselves tattoos who would have that ever happen. So, solidarity, bros, if you will. It's okay. My main point was to say that, don't you think one day to cover up all your hand? What are you saying? What does that mean? I'm missing something. You mean what? Like you think my hand tattoos are ugly and I should fix that? Yeah, I think that a lot. Is it ever going to happen? No. Because they're actually quite dope, my hand tattoos. Cover up I can't. No, I actually can't tell what you're possibly. Maybe if you write it in Spanish, write what you're trying to say in Spanish, and then I will put that into Google Translate and see how it comes out, and maybe it will make more sense in the English translated version of a Spanish statement of what you're saying. But yeah. So I just had to get that off my chest. Now I don't have to. Now if May ever enters the chat again, and I will have to repeat myself. So I guess I should have just waited to say that, because now I'm going to admit twice on camera that I was wrong, and that's not ever what you want to do as a man. You can't be going around saying you were wrong before when you're a man, unless you were really wrong, like if you commit genocide or something. Like Hitler should have gone on camera and been like, I gotta admit, I was wrong. He probably wouldn't say that, though. He's probably quite proud of himself. He's like, I made it so far. Alright, we're getting too weird now. I'm gonna wipe this so I have more room to flippin' frickin'... I was gonna go on Twitch and stream, and I was gonna start editing down the videos from there to make videos that are more watchable on here or something. I don't exactly know what, and I still think there's something to it, but I don't know. I'm already got enough going on. I can't think of a way to add a new layer to this. I already got to figure out. The other thing I was going to change up is, instead of sending everybody over, I got to make a Discord, because apparently Discord has all the properties that I'm trying to make my website have for Scratchers. But the thing that I'm trying to avoid is, because if we do a Discord where all the Scratchers can hang out, what if somebody says something ridiculous and then they want to shut it down? You know, I'm not trying to get anybody shut down, but I think they're actually... I don't know how much Discord shuts places down, so I'm sure it'll be okay. But I did do a tell-all about my second guesses about tattooing myself on that other streaming platform. And I don't think I'm going to repeat myself here. So, not that anybody would actually want to know the reasons that I've been considering for why we shouldn't be tattooing ourselves. If you were curious, there's like a 20-minute thing on Twitch right now, and I don't know how long they keep videos up, but it might be. If you're looking for reasons to stop, that actually wouldn't be the place to go, because I ultimately concluded, you're very sad. Why? Chad is sad?
No.
What's going on? Wait, first I need you to tell me what your previous comment meant, and then you can tell me what you're sad about, because...
Are you sad because you can't understand?
Are you sad because I didn't understand you, Chad? Are you Argentinian?
Oh my God.
What's the deal?
Oh my God.
That would make me sad if I was from Argentina. It's not my day.
Oh.
That's not good. I actually would love to hear all about it. That's one of my favorite topics, is why everybody else is having a bad day. Because I thought I was having a bad day. But at least I'm not sad Chad right now. At least I'm not a damn Argentinian named Chad who's so sad. No, please extrapolate or elaborate. I'm all ears. And I will poke your sadness into my skin. Just so you know, I'm not actually going to poke your sadness into my skin. That would be horrible for me. I'm going to keep a positive mindset while I'm poking, and then I will also pay attention to your sadnesses. But I just thought I would say something that, I don't know, for some reason I felt like saying that I'll poke it into my skin would make it like a better sentiment. But I really need to be honest, I'm not going to poke any sadness into my skin. I need my skin to be as happy as possible. What's going on, Chad? What the hell is going on with you? You picked the right stream to click on to get a little listened to, because you deserve to be. Now, I'm no therapist, so don't go, if you tell me what's happening with your day and my response makes you want to kill yourself, that's not on me. And I'm saying that right up front, that I am not responsible for any suicides that result from this stream. If you're already contemplating suicide, don't, because then people will have to check to see if I said anything about that to, it's not that I know I won't be responsible for it morally, but legally there's going to be some questions. So let's just get that right out up front. Now if you really want to commit suicide, if you're like dead set on it, if you're like the only thing that will make my day better is if I kill myself, not funny. Don't do that. But yeah, what's going on, Chad? Share it with me. In this day and age, a lot of people would say somebody named Chad doesn't deserve to have his worries heard out. If your name is Chad, you must be some straight white jock. All the incels would be like, good. Incels are like, good, Chad had a bad day. I'm not saying that, because I get laid. So I'm willing to say, Chad, what's going on? What's happening with you today, buddy? That's not fun. Now, if you're just sad, and if your sadness is what's causing you to have a bad day, if that's what you're saying, is like, no, if you're just going to say, no, I'm just sad, then we have a problem. Because as a Chad, you should be having better days. As a Chad, you're sort of recognized by the public as the king of society. Did you know that? Did you know that people named Chad are known to be the top of the top, the cream of the crop? Doesn't that already make you feel better, just being named Chad? It should. If my name was Chad, well, no, I'd be pretty pissed off. If my name was Chad, I'd be like, shit, everybody thinks I've got it. Everybody thinks I've got it going on, and I'm a winner of football games. And everybody thinks that I make a lot of money because my dad gave me a lot of money. I have no money. I've never won a football game. And I've just got all this expectations of a Chad. So that sucks. So that does suck for you. But everybody else in the world, you've got 7 billion people minus one who think that you're great. Now, they might be mad at you for how great you are. A lot of people think, Chad is so great, it makes me jealous. It's a whole vibe around your name. And that has I've been thinking about that ever since we met, where I've been like, damn, I wonder what this Chad guy thinks about his name. But first, you still haven't told me, I hope you're writing a big long paragraph. No, I'm good, just a bad day. Chad, what the hell is going on? What happened today? Spit it out, dog. You don't just get to lead up you don't just get to tell people you had a bad day and not tell them why when they ask why. I know you want to tell me, and you just don't want to tell me. You're probably thinking, no, my name's Chad. I don't need to share my feelings. My name's Chad, so people don't want to hear about my, I'm not going to say, oh, get over it. Oh, get over whatever happened today. Your name's Chad. You're a winner. You don't you don't deserve to feel bad. You can feel bad about your day. But let me know what's going on so I can tell you that it's all good, that it's okay. I won't say, "Oh, boo-hoo, the white man had a hard day." Well, that's how gay Mexicans feel all the time, Chad. Imagine having your hard day and being a gay Mexican. I won't say that. There's a lot of people out there who would say that. Imagine being a transgender black person and having your day. At least you're a white man named Chad. Too far. Sorry, I take everything too far sometimes. But yeah, let me know you gotta tell me what happened. It's not just a bad day. Something had to happen that made today not that good. It must have. That has to be the case. Unless you're just going to tell me you just woke up feeling bad. You don't get to do that, Chad. You're a straight white man named Chad. You don't just get to wake up feeling bad.
What if he's black?
There's no black people named Chad. There's no way.
What if he's the one?
If you're the one black person named Chad, then forgive me for everything I've said up until this point. And especially if you're a transgender person and you picked the name Chad. I don't know, as you're like trying to take it back or something. Maybe you're trying to fit in. I don't know. I guess you could be an Asian Chad. There's Asian Chads, but it's like
What if he's Muslim?
Muslims are cool. I don't know if you guys know, my wife is asking me if Chad is certain races, certain genders, and I'm just telling her that basically every Chad is a white man. And if you're born white and Chad, you turn out straight. My English is bad, so I can't tell you.
Oh.
Awkward. How is your name? Wait, you can tell me. This is you're getting me all messed up now, Chad. You can tell me. Don't do that. No, I'll understand. Don't you think maybe your English is horrible. Maybe I shouldn't know what happened. Are you at least white? Can I at least be right about that? You're like European or something? Like Russian or something like that? Can that be the case? Because I would be really embarrassed if Chad is black. Or if you actually are Argentinian. Or are you Dominican and offended by me saying Argentinian? There's white Dominicans, though. There's also white... That's why I said... But... Yeah, totally white. Okay, Chad is white. It's all good. Hell yeah.
Bad English?
Hey, Chad. Fist bump, dog. You're doing okay. In this world, you're doing okay. Everybody wants you to feel bad for being white, but it's never going to work. Because you're just that good. What happened? Your English is good enough to tell me what the fuck happened today.
He's not gonna stop.
I'm not ever going to give up on asking you. This is now the topic of this stream. I'm going to change the title of this stream to White Man Has Bad Day, and it wasn't me, in parentheses. Some other white guy out there. How can you be white and not be good at English? Isn't English the white language? Now I'm confused. Do I not know what the hell I'm talking about? You have to tell me. This is now bugging the fuck out of me. It's like, what could have... Did you just not get laid? Is that all that happened?
That's what I was thinking.
I bet Chad just woke up, tried to get some pussy, and it didn't work. For the first time in your life,
Chad.
for the first fucking time in your life, you didn't get laid when you tried to. This is probably the first dry day, the one day dry spell that caused you a deep depression, and you're still going to get laid later, but you're going to be sad while you're doing it because you're going to be thinking about that one time today when you didn't get laid. Oh, great. Did you only score 3 touchdowns today, Chad? Is that what happened? Or sorry, if you're not speaking English, 3 goals? Did you only kick 3 goals today? Did people only yell goal 3 times for you today, Chad? And you're used to having 4 goals per day and 2 lays? I usually get laid twice every morning, but this morning I didn't get laid at all. And she said, I promise I'll have sex with you after noon. I'm just tired right now from all the fucking we did last night. And I really want to do it again, but I just have to wait a second. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh shit, that is very strange. If you're real, if what you're saying is real right now, I'm going to read it out loud and we'll see if this sounds real coming out of my mouth. This is interesting, and I don't believe you. I'm going to be honest, I have a hard time believing you. Because life is hard sometimes. You want to give yourself tattoos, but at the end, after searching for about 1 month, and can't find ink in my country. That's sad, no? That sounds like you've got some that sounds like you're talking about something else. Something else must be going on. What country is this that you're talking about? You have no ink in your country? That's crazy. Should I consider myself lucky just for having ink in my country? But I'm thinking something else. I have a hard time believing that you're having a bad day because you spent a month looking for ink.
I believe it.
You actually believe him?
Yeah.
Is the ink?
What country is he from, though?
Well, yeah. What country is it? But is the ink representative of other things too? Is it like a lot of struggles that are all peaking at the ink? You just want to give yourself a tattoo. This is my kind of guy. If your biggest problem today is that you can't give yourself a tattoo, you're a fucking cool ass dude. But also, I'm sorry, that sounds like a real... No, that is sad. I agree that's sad. And also, by the way, I'll agree that anything that's causing you sadness is sad. Whatever it is, even if there's more to it than just the ink situation, whatever's causing you sadness is sad. So I'll never take that away from you. But I've got to, if that's like the whole thing, I'm like, wow, this is a real scratcher we got here. And that's pretty sick.
You should be like an honorary scratcher.
Linda's here.
Hey, Linda.
I've
Making apple crumble.
Linda, I was on Twitch, and then I was like, what am I doing? Linda's never going to find me on Twitch. And that's why I came back. Savannah, my fucking... That was awkward. Ariel, my fucking wifey poo, is baking in the background. And she wants you to know that.
That really hurt me.
I know, that was a bad one. That was a good one, huh? No, I'm not going to tell them.
Yikes.
No, I can't tell anybody that.
That hurt.
I'm just going to keep that one, and I'm going to bury it, and I'm going to forget about it. And then I'll just act confused when you're mad later. In my religion, giving yourself tattoos is not good at all. That's the big problem. Yeah, in my religion, it's also not good at all. And I am worried about that every day that I do it. So there's that. There's that whole situation.
I can't believe you just did that.
I know, that was pretty wild.
Literally destroyed me inside.
I can only imagine. I feel like I have to stop streaming now and drop my whole life now.
No.
For this situation.
It's fine, Marvin. It's fine, Ruby. It's all good.
That's okay. You just find a time to slip that in when it really hurts, and then I'll understand. But until then, I'm just gonna have to forget about it so that it hurts more when it does happen. I have a feeling that it's nearly happened before, and you're just very good at catching yourself.
No.
Nope, never. I hear ya. My face is red, but the saturation on my camera is turned down, so they don't know.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it is good. Oh man, good thing we're staying up all night tonight to take care of this horrible situation.
I hope you tell them what just happened.
No, I don't think I will.
Okay.
But let's stay positive, Chad said. Chad, what is it? Are you Muslim? Are you a Muslim white man? Or is it a Christianity thing, but you guys are like the hardcore kind? Or are you a Jew? In which case, get off my stream. I don't think you're allowed to say that on YouTube. I think that might actually get my whole channel deleted. This tattoo is not going well. I've messed up so many different parts of it that I can't even point out and explain. And now I've got a lifelong problem. I now officially have a problem that will never cease existing. And a sweat gland on my forehead that is going to start dripping into my... Yeah, I checked out... I literally Googled I Googled this morning Quran tattooing, and yeah, they don't like that. Muhammad, peace be upon him? Or as they say in the Chronicles of Narnia, may he live forever. He curses those who adorn their skin because God made you the right way, and why would you ever change that? And I was checking it out because I've been having a lot of questions about being a Christian man and whether or not I should stop tattooing myself. And then I was like, you know who would know about this? Because the new Bible doesn't say anything about tattooing. So I was like, you know, who's even more based than the Christians is the Islamic folk, the Muslims. And I thought maybe they're okay with tattooing and I just don't know it. So I went to go check it out, and unfortunately, yep, they don't like it. And they're very strict about their rules. They don't have any you'll be forgiven no matter what. The Muslims are like, if you tattoo yourself, you're going to get hung in the street. So that's but you know, you should honestly that's like a whole reason that I want to like stop doing this now is cuz now you're thinking about giving yourself a tattoo even though you know you shouldn't, even though you know God says that it's not okay. Here you are wanting to, and here I am doing it. And it's like
You should ask him what he wants to get tattooed and then tattoo it on your body.
it's like tempting, and then that's like now I'm like pulling you away from God because here I am doing some. It's like if I was a hot girl and I'm like showing you my titties even though I know you're Muslim, and then you're like, no, I can't stop watching. What would you tattoo on yourself if you could? And then I'll give myself that tattoo, is what my wife recommended. It was recommended to me by the woman I love.
Okay, good one.
And who
Not Savannah, right?
Right. The woman I love very much,
Word.
and who I'm going to be with forever, and who I have a child in the making with, and who is baking me delicious treats. I would love to. She said that what I should do is.
I'm angry.
I know I'm about to get something thrown at me. It's a whole situation. She's been pondering dumping water on my laptop all week, and I think I just it wasn't a straw that broke this camel's back. I just dropped like an anvil on this camel's back, an A-bomb on the camel's back, and I'm really fingers crossed that is a nuclear resistant camel because fair enough, as they say. But yeah, I mean, I won't be able to write anything in a foreign language on my skin, and I won't be able to tattoo an image of Muhammad because then I might get shot up. But if you have any other ideas for, like, what would you tattoo? You shouldn't do it. If your religion says you shouldn't do it, don't do it. You should remain pure, if they will. I've already fucked myself up. I have a bunch of whole problems on my skin, and it's all very confusing. You don't want to cause yourself that kind of confusion. So I guess it's sort of like a good thing that there isn't any ink in your country. Is there no ink in your country? Can you tell me what country that is? Because I want to move there so I stop being drawn into this temptation of poking myself. But yeah, this tattoo is really, I think I just have to color it in at this point and hope it looks cool with color because I've messed up pretty much every single part of it in ways that are hard to describe unless I were to just show you that. If you saw the picture I'm trying to copy and trace, you would understand. And you'd be like, oh yeah, that's really bad. That's not at all what it's supposed to look like. But since it's a stick and poke, you know, it's okay. I'm not going to do this much longer. So if there's any last minute, worldwide shipping is a thing. That's why he must be living in maybe there's places that don't have it. You don't know, Linda. Have you been to I mean, I get my ink from China. So I don't have to like look all over the place to get it. I'm guessing that you actually at the end, after searching for a month, can't find ink in your country. You better explain, because we're all confused, and we're all thinking it's probably more about the religious aspect of it. That's my guess. My guess is that it's actually not about finding ink. It's about finding the evil within you to commit a sin. Is that what it is? Is it haram? Is that what they call it? When you do something bad, something real bad. I feel very lucky that the New Testament doesn't say anything about tattoos. But I also, I did see Leviticus, and it did say, no, 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 I am the Lord. You don't want that. So, but there is a book, and there's an Iraqi prime minister from back in the day who said, no, it's cool, tattoos are cool. So I guess you could follow their rules. You could switch which Muslim you are. But I don't know. I'm not a religious expert in any way, shape, or form. This is getting real controversial. But we gotta know. And I know you want to tell us. And I bet if you want ink, and if you need some ink, but I don't want to. But if it's a religious thing, I don't want to contribute to. Because I was gonna say I offered to send Linda ink because she can't get any colored inks, only black ones, I guess. But she doesn't want them. She doesn't like that they're bad for you. And I don't know if I really want to tempt anybody into having a tattoo when their God says no, no, no. Because you should listen to God. And especially culturally. At least in our culture in America, we just say, no, God's cool with everything. So at least I don't have people looking at it like, what are you doing? If you got a tattoo, you'd have people looking at you like, what are you doing? And then maybe you could even tell them the stick and poke king, and then they could come check it out, maybe even. That's also possible. I don't know if we're going to find out, though. I also don't know if we're going to find out that there's whole other issues causing Chad a bad day. If it really is just the tattoo situation. Is this stream causing you sadness? Because there's tattoos in it? And it's like you see that leg in the background? That's nice, right? See, that's probably more temptation. I should probably remove that woman's leg from the background of the stream. So that it's not causing any, Oh, see that? 2 legs. Watch out. Don't look at those. Don't look at those. Unless they're yours, which they're not. They're mine. Maybe we'll never know. Totally possible. This might be the day where I decide. Chad, you might be convincing me to stop tattooing myself. Because the last thing I want is somebody who isn't supposed to tattoo themselves to do it because I'm out here saying, let's all tattoo ourselves. That's dark. There is ink, but it's very rare. Okay, Chad. Can you get ink? Can you maybe you don't have a debit card. Maybe you're trying to buy it with your rubles. Where the hell is Chad? We all are unfamiliar with the experience of not being able to get it. Do I need to send you some? Oh, wait, no, I shouldn't send you some because you're a man of God. Why would you want to do that? You know better, Chad. You've got the book right there telling you that you'd be cursed by Muhammad. May he live forever. You're made in God's image. If I need to quit doing this, if I need to quit tattooing myself so that you in Egypt, that's where they started tattooing. Egypt is where tattooing was invented. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, we can at least admit. But why can't you get ink delivered? Because no scratcher is buying their ink from a store in person. Also, you could get ink at a craft store. Because in Egypt, I know you have calligraphy too. I'm sure of it. And if you go to a Joann's Fabrics and get yourself some calligraphy ink, some India ink, that's possible. But you don't want to do that. Because God said no. You don't want to not listen to God. That would be a whole permanent reminder of sin on your arm, of wrongdoing, of missing the mark. You don't want to create marks on your skin. I already made this mistake. That's the one thing that keeps me going. It's like, well, this is what I'm doing. I might as well keep going. But you haven't done it yet, I'm guessing. Unless you have. As long as I have the primary colors, I'm good, says Linda. Do you have the primary colors, though? Did they only ban the fluorescence or something? Did they only ban the colors that are like crazy and you can mix all your own colors? 'Cause that's pretty cool. And white. White is the ultimate primary color. I think. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. I have to do some healing. And I gotta figure out what the hell my plan is. Chad, I gotta know if you have any tattoos as well. And I guess, are you like... I'm interested. You got me interested, but you're not answering any of the questions I really want the answers to. I mean, you're definitely answering the ones that are keeping me like engaged and wondering. But yeah, why can't you order it online? God said no, but you're not disrespecting anyone or punishing anyone when you tattoo yourself. The most important thing for me in this life is just be generous, and that's what Islam said. Yeah, that's basically the deal. Is like, hey, there's worse things than giving yourself a tattoo. Apparently, it's worse to give somebody else a tattoo than it is to give yourself one. Master Pain just got off work. It's popping up in here. Just like my skin is every time I stick a needle in it. Oh boy. And then my wife is in the background incredibly disappointed in me. To a level that I can't even comprehend. We're doing okay, but we just found out that Chad is struggling with his religion. Linda has 25 bottles of different colors. So you're good. Are any of them banned? Are any of them the illegal colors that you're not supposed to be having? Did you stock up on those colors before they got impossible to ship? And Chad, can you order ink online? Or is that just not an option? Because I totally get if that's not an option. And also, Chad, there's got to be something else happening that's causing you to have a bad day besides struggling with your religion. But if that is what's causing you to have a bad day, that's exactly what's causing me to have a bad day. Today's a very weird day for me. Apparently Linda is a Muslim name. That's dope. But you're not answering my questions again. But yeah, the last few days I've been waking up being like, am I evil? Am I a dark force for this world? Spreading, giving yourself a tattoo? It's very possible. And I like to think that by asking myself that, I'm being better, and at least I'm not like all in and like, no, there's nothing wrong with me. But I'm sure like pedophiles go around asking like, this isn't good. Right before they touch a kid, they're like, I shouldn't do this, and then they do it. And maybe that's what's happening. Maybe I'm tattooing myself the way a pedophile touches a kid. Who knows? It's very tricky out there. But yeah, Chad, is that really all? Maybe you don't want to share now. Now there's more people in this. I understand. From China, all the inks are not good. True. Still not answering my question. You could still do it. I don't want to put anything in my skin. That's not bad or just in general, but dope. You're smart. Do you not have any tattoos? 'Cause good for you. Nice clean skin, Chad. Keep that white skin clean. That's good. But if I'm not a real tattoo artist, why should they care about what ink I have? Even if you were a tattoo artist, they shouldn't care about what ink you have. They're just trying to protect you. That's why you're not allowed to buy. Can you have Spam in your country? Do you have bologna and hot dogs? I think there's countries where they don't have hot dogs because they want to protect the residents. They're just trying to protect you from yourself. It should not matter technically. But you could say, if you were a real tattoo artist, you could say, no, I'm not going to use this on any clients, and then just get it. So they're like, no, we're just not going to have any of it here at all. It's weird that it's like a controlled substance, though. And then that makes me like a drug dealer. I mean, if I was going to sell ink. I know I'm not actually doing that, but. Man, Chad, you really threw a whole new layer of questions on my morality right now. Because I was thinking, before I started the stream, I was like, am I encouraging people to do the wrong thing? Am I making people who would otherwise not do the wrong thing, do the wrong thing? Because that makes me a force for bad. And can we change the vibe because I'm feeling better? Oh, great. Now Chad's feeling better. I bet you're just saying that so I stop talking about it. I don't know how to change the vibe, Chad. I'm a vibe reader. They have to be new brands or something to get. Oh, okay. So maybe they're figuring out how to do fluorescent green without actually, like, putting the bad chemicals in it. That's fair. Well, Chad, unfortunately, no, I will not be able to change the vibe because I'm about to hop off this dang thing. And I'm glad that I got to interact with Linda and Master Pain a little bit before it was time to get off. But I unfortunately have some things to do today that are not tattooing myself, that are slightly more, not useful, because they're not going to give me tattoos, the things I'm going to go do. But there's a certain variety aspect. I shouldn't have ever gone on Twitch. I got attacked by a wasp while I was weed whacking. But you got stung twice. That's too many. Artists are still able to use the old ink as long as the date on. Oh, so they just can't get the new. That's so weird. That's too many rules. It's a tattoo. I mean, who cares? But they got to protect the customers too. Because the customers don't know the way every tattoo artist knows that the ink they're using is poison, but the customer doesn't know. And that's where they're trying to protect people. It was good seeing, but I hear ya. You don't have to correct it. And it was good seeing you too. And Linda, I'm so happy that we finally got to say how much we hate the government today. And how much it needs to just leave us alone and let us have our fluorescent tattoo inks. And Chad, God bless. Thanks for talking to me about what you got going on today. Oh, it's happening. It's really happening now. My payback. This is
8 cents. It's fine.
8 cents? What even costs 8 cents?
I guess the tax on my burger.
You have to pay for the tax on your burger?
I have to pay the tax.
Oh my gosh. An 8-cent tax on a free burger. That is crazy. I hope I have 8 cents on there.
Do you? Should I not even try?
No, you should try it. That's how we'll find out. Is if they let you get your burger for 8 cents. That's how we'll know if I'm completely broke or just a little broke.
Okay, let's see.
Alright, I'm going to wipe this thing. And I'm going to go profusely apologize to my wife a few times. It's going to...
Oh, it went through.
It went through. Hopefully she doesn't leave by the time I'm... Alright. Lots of love.
Bye!
It's real. It's real love. Like Mary J. Blige. And it's a red light special because I'm stopping now. I should have been here more often this week, Linda, so you'll get your chances. I'm an afternoon guy now. My daughter was sick yesterday, so I didn't want her to sneeze on my tattoo and get me sick. Fine with her sneezing in my mouth, but okay, too far. Super too far. Okay, lots of love. Chad, thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of that's so cool that you're in Egypt and that you're struggling with some of the same things I am. But it's going to be okay. God loves us all. God loves every single person in this stream. I hope. I can't speak for him because that would be technically I think that's blasphemy for me to say that, but it might even be blasphemous for me to say that it's blasphemous. I'm not sure. That's why I got to get out of here because this is we're in the weeds now. I'm going to need to call Master Payne to come clean this up. All right. I'll text Master Payne why I'm in trouble. He'll understand. I don't want to say it live on camera. It's too bad.
Sorry, keep going.
No, you can keep going. I deserve it.